Hi, and welcome to another tutorial by Mr. Petrimo. Today we are going to learn how to add voice narration to a Google slide. A little bit tricky, but here we go. I have placed the link right next to this video for the cloud audio recorder. This is a really easy tool to do. Now, I would like to have my slideshow and my audio recorder side by side, and that doesn't work when you use tab browsing. So I'm going to pull off my audio recorder. And I'm going to actually show you this little trick I teach the kids. Once you let it go, if you grab it by the top, not the tab, don't grab the tab because it won't work that way. If you grab the top of the window like this and shove your mouse against the side and let it go, it will take up exactly half of your monitor screen. And then you can choose which other tab to be the rest of your screen. And I believe it was this one, now that I'm looking at that. There we go. So you can open up my slideshow. Now I have them side by side, and I'll be able to easily just click over here and change from slide to slide, and I'll be able to get this whole thing narrated really quickly. The trick is that each slide has to have its own audio file. You can't do one large file. In the old PowerPoint, you could. It was totally capable of running one audio file. But in Google Slides, we have a little bit of a challenge with that. But still, this is not that big of a job. Now, we're going to start our recording. And the first time you do, when you hit that start button, you're going to have to allow the cloud audio recorder to use your microphone, et cetera, et cetera. So I don't know whatever you're going to have pop up. I already did, so it won't show you that part of it. It's going to skip that for me because I'm already allowed. But you'll have to allow your microphone. So just remember that. Keep that in mind. All right, I'm going to hit that start button. And when I do, this stop is going to change to a volume meter. So you'll know if your microphone is picking you up because it'll have that little sound bloop, bloop, bloop thing that you can see. And here is your duration. So just make sure that clock keeps ticking. And then when you're done, you're going to hit that stop button. Okay? Now, here we go. Jack Nicholson by Paul Petrimo. Okay, click that stop, so it stopped. Now, Google Slides will use either an MP3 or a WAV format, so I'm just going to click on WAV, and instead of saving it to my computer, I'm going to show you a little trick since we're using Google Slides. Save it right to your drive. Now, the same thing happens here is you have to allow Cloud Audio Recorder access to your Google Drive. So just go through those steps, and unfortunately, again, I can't show that to you, but there you go. And then right here, you're going to click, and I'm going to save that to my Google Drive. And once that is finished, it will now show up in Google Drive. Now, I don't need to go to my drive to look. All I'm going to do is go straight to Insert, Audio, and it's going to come up with all the available slides. The most recent one is usually on the left. So I'm going to double click that one. And it is going to add that audio feature right to my slide. Now I'm on the shrunk version will not show sometimes the preview, but here's my audio button, and I can hit that play button. And you probably can't hear that in the recording because the video software I'm using is totally taking on my mic. So you probably did not hear that audio, but it in fact was my recording. So I am good to go. And I am just going to leave that little button right here. You may want to move it around. You may want to leave it alone. Because see, now that it's right in the corner, you're going to have a trick of moving it out of the way. So may not want to move it, but it can stay right there. And the kids can hit the play button when they run the slideshow. So I'm going to go to my next slide. All right, since the file name does not change in your Google Drive, it's all going to come up with the time and date stamp. So this is kind of tricky. You can change the file name here, but it still changes it back in Google Drive to my audio recording. So it really probably is a good idea to do these one slide at a time. So I'm going to close that window. I'm going to start and narrate the slide. Quick facts or trivia. He is 81 years old. His first movie ever was The Crybaby Killer in 1958. His best movie is The Shining. fact number 4 and fact number 5. Export as WAV, save to Google Drive, and then I'm going to save to Google Drive. Now, right away, I'm going to go to Insert, Audio File, and it will be my most recent file right there. It's going to throw that speaker at the top, and I'm going to move it down where I want it. And the kids can hit that play button if they want. Slide number 3, hit that close button and start over. Jack Nicholson's family. He has 3 children. His mother's name is Helga. His brother is Chester, and he is 71 years old. His wife's name is Sandra, and fact number 5. I'm going to stop, export as WAV, save to Google Drive, and save to Google Drive. Once it's uploaded, I'm going to go to Insert, Audio, and I'm going to choose my most recent one. Again, it's going to throw it in a spot that's weird, and I'm going to put it where I want it on my slide. Slide number 4, close that window, hit the Start button. This slide is 6 pictures with captions of Jack Nicholson. The first is a pencil sketch of Jack, the Joker, Young Jack Nicholson, Creepy Jack, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and Detective Jack. Click that Stop button, export it as a WAV, and save it to Google Drive, and save to Google Drive. Go back to my slide, Insert, Audio, and again, it's my most recent. Double click that one. Oh, that one's a weird one. Double click that one and then put it where you want to on the slide. It kind of helps if that's in, the kids can find it in different spots, and sometimes they really don't care, but if it's in the same spot on every slide, it makes it easier. The kids get used to it. All right, slide 5, hit the close button, hit Start. 3 things I like about Jack Nicholson. He can play any type of role. He can look very scary. He participates in lots of charities, and he's very scary. Hit that Stop button, export it as a WAV, save to Google Drive, and save to Google Drive. This gets to be really quick once you get into a routine. Insert, Audio File. How we can tell is that thin blue line around the other audio. Your new one moves into the spot number 1. So you have to wait until that blue selected one moves into the second position, and then you can double click the new one and put that one. That time it put it down in my corner that I wanted, so I'm good. Move to the bibliography, close my preview, and hit the Start button. Bibliography. I used Google Drive, Google Images, Petrimo.com, IMDb, YouTube, Giphy.com, and the Jack Nicholson fan site. Stop, export as WAV, save to Google Drive, and save to Google Drive. Then I'm done. Insert, Audio, wait till my blue selected one moves over, and click my new one. And it's down in my left corner right where I want it. All right, there we go. So an easy way to narrate Google Slides. Now, they don't autoplay. There is a way to start playing automatically when the slide comes on. Just click that the sound icon, and you will get format options, and you select automatically, and then the volume will play. The audio file will play when that slide comes into play. So you can go back onto each slide and select automatic if you want that to be an automatic thing. If you want it to be student choice, I would leave it as on click. That way they can spot that little speaker icon. They'll know that the slide is narrated, and they can choose whether to listen or read silently. So there you go. There's another tutorial from Mr. Petrimo, and I thank you for watching.